Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, let's talk a little bit about Demetrius Andrade and a few other weird things that are popping off right now. Right? Basically, we're becoming weirdos. A lot of weirdos. You get to the point where, we all happy about fights that are not happening. I got rumblings of Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence might not be happening. You know, People ain't too disgusted by that. That should actually happen. And I think basically it's time to just start saying, you know what, the hell with it. We ain't reporting on nothing till it happened. Maybe it happened. You know what I mean? Kind of like with Ryan Garcia, Javante Davis type stuff. Just leave it alone. Maybe it'll happen. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua over there. I'm pretty sure Britain was kind of saying, well, you know what? That ain't a bad fight. Well, that's why I ain't say nothing about it. Tyson Fury involved. Ooh. Eddie Hearn and them. Let's see if that's gonna happen. Seem to be sabotage. People don't want. And so gets me to Demetrius Andrade too. You know what I mean? Hey, he pulled out of the fight. Well, he's gonna make about $180,000 to fight Zach Parker. Everybody's mad. Look at Demetrius Andrade. He's just messing up his chances here and messing up his chances there. He didn't fight this guy. He didn't fight this guy. What Laura or Charlo or Zanovic now, the new one. You know what I mean? All the little things he did over his 10-year reign. Okay? Some things we nitpicking about things that probably happened. At the end of the day, I've been champion at every one of those divisions. 154 and 160. Right? I was the key to Canelo to become undisputed. I was the champion and he was my mandatory, didn't fight me. Why do I mention Canelo? Why do I mention Johnny Golovkin? Right? One of them is the face of boxing and the very best boxer, they were telling us. The other one was the best middleweight in the last 25 years, they were telling us. So therefore your focus should be on them, damn near exclusively. If you're a champion, that's who you want to get. You want the very best, right? All these other names we seem to mention, right, are in nothing in pound for pound. Nowhere close, right? Which is a shame, actually, right? Charlo should be, right? But no pound for pound there. That's why over the years it's been, let me get Canelo, let me get Gennady Golovkin. That's the issue. Nitpicking on little things, then we don't want to start that, because with Canelo, then I would have to be here about 25 minutes, right? Just to talk about Canelo. We can go your own weight division, being doped, stuff like that. Do we want to start there? So we don't. But at the end of the day, the face of boxing and the very best fighter, and you're in close to your division, and no, that's why we want you. That's why we go to your press conferences and Gennady Golovkin's press conferences. That's why I signed by DAZN, because you guys are there. Both Gennady Golovkin and Canelo, right? Plus a mandatory who's up and coming, supposed to be all that, Jaime Munguia, who will not fight me. So all this positioning, which I've said many times, and people that come here know, man, you ain't got to repeat that, man. You done said it 1,000 times. I know. But, somebody new come in and don't realize, there's things. Andrade ain't perfect, like no one is. There's a few probably fights he probably should have took here or there, maybe. But I would have an argument against it. I'm just not. The bottom line is somebody's supposed to want that damn belt, especially if you can get undisputed and 40 million by going to get it. All you have to do, right? Then we start asking Andrade, who have you fought, right? What have you done? Well, I'm a champion. You don't ask champions who they fought. Damn it, if he's not a good champion, you go get that easy belt, don't you? Especially if you could be the first middleweight in the Mexican middleweight in history to become undisputed. And you still don't do it because that guy, if Yildirim had that belt, if whoever you are had that belt, if Zemaretta had that belt, if Morata had that belt, right? Anything like that. Was it Zito Lopez or something like that had that belt? Do you think Canelo wouldn't have went and got the damn belt? and became undisputed middleweight. There you go. So stop it. And that's the bottom line here. So we're not going to sit here and glorify and have fun because a boxer is not getting his just due, right? Because of he didn't do this and he didn't do that. He didn't sign here. He didn't sign here. That last one, especially the zone, that's the only place you should have signed at that particular time. That's where those guys are. You're forcing their card. If they're the best, I'm here. There's no excuses why they wouldn't fight me. What he didn't understand was the zone gonna act ignorant. They act like they didn't see what happened. They don't know what's really going down. The zone, like I told you in my last video, they could have said some things and put these people on blast, and this would be a whole different conversation. The issue here is simple. You know, if you think that's fair, how he's been treated, or in the whole, realm of boxing, then you're not into fairness. Its bottom line is we can't have the other guys who are afraid of good fighters to be glorified, and that's in pretty much all the divisions. Y'all know I can bring up most of the Negro League fighters I talk about at all times, but we're just talking about Demetrius Andrade right now. So bottom line is, I think the dude gonna come back. He ain't take that Zach Parker fight for $180,000, and I told you in my last video he shouldn't have. And something else will pop off. We'll just see. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get the big fights, you can't get them. You gotta see what else you're gonna do. I'm not gonna even speculate. I hear that he's got something he's gonna announce soon. We'll see. But the bottom line is, the two baddest ones don't want none. Documented for years. And I've been a champion since 2013. Somebody could have done something about that. Don't you think? Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.